Hello, lovely. Just wanted to come on here and tell my story about what happened to me last week and to caution everyone regarding Bolt. Honestly, regarding Uber, Bolt, InDrive, whatever e-hailing service, because these drivers use these apps interchangeably. So you find that someone is registered on Uber, but they're also on Bolt, but they're also, you get what I mean. So I got into a Bolt on Tuesday evening. He picked me up right outside my complex, hopped in the car, confirmed the details and everything. And then he started driving, and just as I was about to ask him to please make a U-turn because he was going in the wrong direction, literally the opposite direction of where I was going, he stops. Two guys get in the car, one in the front seat, one in the back seat next to me, and they just hey, siyasebenza la, bheka phansi. So cool, I comply, I look down, and this Uber driver is continuing to drive. So it seems pretty obvious to me at this point that the Uber driver is involved with these guys, because the car doors were unlocked, he stopped for them, and there was no reaction from him whatsoever when they came in. They also didn't speak to him at all, they didn't address him, they only addressed me. So he carries on driving, and I'm just sitting here with these three men. I'm looking down, as they said, and they're give us your phone. So I give them the phone, I give them the passcodes, I give them everything they ask for. At this point, I'm panicking, and I'm every story that could possibly race through your mind in that moment was going through my mind. I'm thinking where are my parents gonna find me? These people had weapons. I'm one woman sitting in the car with these three men who have weapons and are threatening to kill me if I scream or make a sound or anything. I just start saying to them look, I didn't see any of your faces, can you please just spare my life? And eventually the guy in the front seat is just listen, when we tell you to jump, you jump. The Uber driver, I hear him ask is it okay here? So he's clearly involved. And they're yeah, they slowed down the car, opened the door, and I had to jump out of this moving vehicle. Luckily, I wasn't hurt and I wasn't too far away from where I stay. So I just ran back to my place, had security call my parents. Just in case you do end up coming across this vehicle, please do report it. Please don't get into this car. It is not safe. He is working with people. I know we always hear these horror stories, and then we're in the comments asking ourselves, okay, so then what is the solution? Because we use Bolts and Ubers and all of these e-hailing services because it is convenient. Sometimes you don't live in an area or a space where it's easy for you to just catch a taxi. So my recommendation and what I have done now, find someone reliable, one or two people, whether you know them in a personal capacity or it's someone who knows someone that you know and trust. Make an arrangement with them and rather pay them that money that you would normally spend. I recommend having two or three, because then if the one isn't available, you can check with the other one. I think if you don't know any people, because obviously some people don't really have that kind of network, I think just praying and asking God for the discernment when you do request next time to meet someone or come across a driver that you feel safe with and that you can make that kind of arrangement with. A lot of these drivers out there are willing. I think it is just a safer option. I literally only got out of that by the grace of God. So yeah, that's my story.
Hi everybody, Sanbana, and welcome to my channel. Do make sure that you are subscribed and also to like the video. So listen, you guys, I just thought that I will share this video here because I do think that with stories like this, it helps to actually listen to them, because it can just make you be aware, of your environment, and also just know that there are things like this that are taking place, so that if you do use the e-hailing service like our Bolt, Uber, that you do know that there is things like this that happen, so you are aware and you are careful, when you use that service. So this is a story that happened in Pretoria, and interesting enough, this same car that and the same group of guys that did this to this lady also did it to another lady. So there are two stories that are very similar. The other lady claimed that it was the same car, the same registration. They did the same thing to her in Pretoria. Even though it's a story that took place in Pretoria, there has been other stories that have been told in like around the country. So we do need to be aware, you guys. It's a very, very disappointing situation when it comes to the e-hailing service in South Africa, because when this transportation first came in the country, it was such a convenient situation, because they covered the gap that was not covered by the minute bus transportation. That whole inconvenience of being dropped at a bus stop, and sometimes the bus stop is not close enough to where you are actually going, and the Bolts and the Uber and them were dropping you off where you are really going. So it was a convenience, you guys. You didn't have to walk the long distance, and also the convenience with the time, and then you didn't have to carry your groceries long distance and all of that. So it really is like a convenience form of transportation. Sometimes you will feel like you don't even need to pay for petrol, because using your own car sometimes it tends to be more expensive than to use e-hailing service. So for it to be the way that it is in South Africa, we can't even trust it, because I mean, I might as well spend my money on petrol. I might as well get in a mini bus taxi and be dropped off at a bus stop than be unsafe. That's a situation right now, because there has been so many stories of people ending up in an unsafe situation just because they were using an e-hailing system, you guys. So please, you guys, be aware that these things do happen to people when they use these services, and be safe. I can't even say that leave your phone at home, because even not carrying a phone can make the situation worse. And sometimes they say that don't have your banking app in the phone or on your phone. Even that can make it worse. So I don't even know what advice I can give to you. But what I'm saying is that be aware that things like that are happening when you are using the e-hailing system. Okay, I've been saying to my daughter that she needs to learn to just use minibus taxis when she gets around, and also just use the buses, when we cannot fetch her, because I just feel like the e-hailing service has become very, very unsafe in South Africa. Anyway, you guys, here is another video of another lady that is talking about the same car, that where the very same people did the same thing to her back in Pretoria. And yes, you guys, it's a good thing that both these ladies are safe, because the worst could have happened, but they are safe. But it's still unfortunate that they went through that experience when they were just trying to get from one point to another. They were just trying to use transportation in South Africa. One of the things that are the simplest in other countries. We're just trying to move from one point to another. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegana, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Nginithanda kakhulu.
Good evening, everyone. I just recently saw a video of Sadie sharing what she went through the past few days in a Bolt car, and exactly what she went through is what I went through as well. Worst part, same car, same registration, same everything. So what happened is I requested a Bolt. The Uber arrived and went out, confirmed if it's the correct car. It was. Got in the car, the driver started the trip. So from my place to where I was going, the driver should have turned left, and he decided to not turn left and go straight. So I'm telling him, brother, you should have turned left there. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, on my phone it's saying I should turn left at the next stop. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt, thinking maybe it's a network error, or because sometimes Bolt does that, it will pick up at the next stop. So when we get to where he had to turn left, two men come inside the car, one guy in the front, one next to me, and they start asking for my phones and everything. So I thought the other guy didn't see my phone, because my other phone because I have two phones. So I was like, okay, let me take out the small phone that was in my, because I was holding the big phone. So I'm like, let me take out the small phone in my wallet and, you know, try to hide the other one. So I took one from the pocket and gave the guy, because the one in the front was the one asking for the phone. Unfortunately, the one sitting next to me saw the phone, the other big phone that I was hiding behind my back, and he demanded for it. And I was trying to negotiate, please just spare me one phone and the SIM card as well and all that. And he tried punching me, and you know, he was telling me he's gonna shoot me and do all those, you know, nasty things if I don't comply and do what they're telling me to do. I had to end up giving them the other phone, and after that they asked for my passwords, went through my things, and the other one was like, what's in your bag, so I had a few cash on me, and he was like, yeah, give me that cash. Took my cash and gave me back my bag. And then they were like, we're at work. Another thing they kept on saying was like, what is Neo saying? Talking to the guy next to me, was talking with the guy in the front and the driver, asking, what is Neo saying? Is the business in Midrand today? We are working, Pella. We are hustling for our family. Like, we need money. They must work. Meaning this is a thing going on now. They probably doing it everywhere, because Sadie said she stays in Joburg and I'm in Pretoria, meaning they just rotate and all that. Also, I've heard that what they do is they keep the driver hostage. They take the driver's phone and car, go online using the driver's phone. You would request a Bolt, Uber, a legit, you know, verified driver. It's not the driver that came to pick you up. It's actually them that came, and they will do what they will do to you. Then, you know, end the trip, accept another trip, do the same thing to another person. So this is just to say, guys, please be safe. I don't even know what can we do now if things are like this. Maybe one can just have a personal driver, angazi, guys, but please be safe. It's really bad, and these guys are really back at it, and they really mean business. So I don't know what can we do, because even if we report, they're still doing this to drivers, meaning even people that are verified and legit will get into trouble for something they didn't even do. So I just wanted to share my story. That was one of the most traumatizing things I've ever went through in my whole life. The past few days haven't been easy, but we move. But yeah, just be safe. It doesn't matter if you're a female or a male. Please be safe. It's really bad out there.